What's up, everybody? For those of you who know me, I'm Paul Cruz. For those of you who don't, I'm fake life Tony Stark. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately about Dogecoin. I'm just going to jump right into it. And not just Dogecoin, people in general have been talking about crypto, have been talking about investing. And I'm actually really glad that I didn't post a video that I was working on yesterday. I have like a ton of bloopers. I was trying to record some videos at Universal Studios and it just was not working. So it's actually really funny and I'll be posting those soon. But I've been working on some content and I've been doing some new things, and so I've been focusing a lot on Dogecoin and just trying to find my place in the world and what difference I can make. And it seems like there's really good opportunities for entrepreneurs and for people who start businesses that make differences, that actually do something with a place in the world to help change things for the better. And so I've been kind of focusing my efforts on that, trying to learn new skills and try to find new ways to kind of give back. So before I get too deep into that, I just want to ask the question that everybody's been asking, which was a few days ago was, what's Dogecoin? How do I get into it? Or how do I trade? How do I invest? And then the question after last night, which if everybody's not aware of, Elon Musk hosted Saturday Night Live, and Dogecoin was supposedly going to the moon, and then it tanked. Or did it? So the real answer to that question is no, it didn't. And we're going to talk about why. So for one, for people who have been a part of the Doge community, some affectionately call them Shibes, however you want to pronounce it. And for the record, it's not Dogecoin, but you can pronounce it any way you want. Some people say Dogecoin, some people say Dogecoin. I go by the Doge. But people are asking, like, what is Dogecoin? Well, what is a dollar? A dollar is a piece of paper that you give to somebody else that you deem, you think it's capable of doing what you want it to do. I give you this thing and you give me something else. So it only has power because we give it power. So cryptocurrency is the same way. Cryptocurrency was invented as a sort of way of freeing up this the idea of currencies backed only by governments. And a lot of businesses and entrepreneurs and stuff like that thought, something's a bad thing, something is a good thing. But ultimately, people are wondering what the hell happened with Dogecoin and why did it go down? You have to think about, if you've been in the community for a long time. I've been a Dogecoin and HODLer since 2018. So I first bought Doge in May of 2018, and then after months of really doing a lot of research into it and finding out a lot about the community, I decided that I was going to go full on. And actually September 11th of 2018, and I want to go back in time and look at what I was doing on that day and what I was thinking online, like anything that I posted, try to see what mindset I had. But on that day, I decided to go all in on Doge. And it's interesting because it has a lot to do with the statistics of it, the actual stability of the coin, how long it's been around since 2013. And also like the actual development, the team, also like the actual, the blockchain itself. And if you don't know anything about that, I'll give you some, YouTube pointers and some links to some people who can way better explain it than I can, at least, just off the top of my head. And I'll probably make some videos later. But the point is, a lot of people have been asking how to do it. I initially started investing with Robinhood, which all credit, a lot of people there's a lot of memes out there, people talking crap about Robinhood. And I have my theories on certain things, and we'll get into that later because I'm going to be putting a lot more videos. But the thing is, I'm really grateful to Robinhood because they helped me understand something that I was afraid to get into, and I had the ability to learn a lot in a short period of time. And also Doge, they took a risk putting Doge out there, and a lot of people were able to make a lot of money. Now, I myself am able to speak to this because, like I said, I myself have also made a significant amount of money. Now, do I want to talk about what that is? Not really, for good reason. But I will say that I have more Doge than Meek Mill has. I'll put it that way. And if you know how much that is, good for you. If you don't know who Meek Mill is, good for you. And so, moving on, Doge. What happened to the price? What happened last night? They say you Doge to the moon. First off, a lot of people didn't actually expect Elon Musk. He's been hyping Dogecoin for a while because I think he actually thinks it's funny. He thinks that's kind of the whole reason it was started. It was to make fun of the idea of a cryptocurrency. And then because of the irony of that situation, it becomes a legitimate cryptocurrency. And that's what it's becoming. We're going from being an altcoin to being a stable coin. That's going to happen very soon. I have no doubt in my mind that Doge will reach $1. If not by the end of the year, then definitely by the end of the month. Now, would I have said that in 2018? Absolutely not. Would I have said that in 2019 or even 2020? Absolutely not. I would be 100% transparent about that. For me, Doge was a long-term, or rather still is, a long-term investment. It wasn't about, you'll hear a lot about day traders and people talking about day trade. And let me also preface this with, I am not a financial advisor. So you have to do with what you think is good for you. And how I do things is different, and it's worked for me. What I do is basically, I keep it to the sense that I only I only, invest and trade with what I'm willing to afford to lose. So I know that if I go out on a Friday night, I might spend $150 or $200 on dinner, for my wife, my kids, and my relatives, my friends, whatever. And so if I'm willing to spend that, $200 dollars or $250, why wouldn't I be able to say, you know what, I'm not going to go out on Friday night, and instead I'm just going to take that and invest it in something else. And that's small. That's a small investment. When you're talking about money and investments, you should be talking about much larger amounts. I hear too often people talking about, I put $20 into this, and I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I put, $150 into oh, I'm putting $150 in Doge. Is that enough? At this point, I would say it's probably not, but I'm also not going to advise anybody to put thousands of dollars, even though there are cases of somebody where it worked. Very recently, there was a man who took $180,000, which I want to say was for his mortgage or something like that. He did something, and he took $180,000, put it in the Doge, and from January to February, he was a millionaire. And now that's a huge risk. But, and I probably would not have done the same, in all honesty. I did not think that Doge was going to go this high this fast. I did believe it was going to do $1 by, my estimates, maybe 2023, 2024, probably 2024 to be safer. But I did actually think that it's a viable coin, and that it was very likely to be, in the top 3, which right now it's gunning for it. It's the number 4 coin, and Ethereum's rising in price, and Bitcoin's there. Bitcoin was supposed to be this thing. Bitcoin was supposed to be the poster child, and I feel Bitcoin's gotten co-opted. And I'll make another video on that later, because there's a lot to say on it. But I think that Bitcoin is no longer accessible to the average person. And if you look at the Dogecoin community, there's so many people that understand how this works. Now, in January, I was Dogecoin was under a penny. And just I would probably say December to be more accurate. And around that time, everybody was hoping oh, it's going to go to a penny, but sometime this year. That was a huge deal for Dogecoin to go to a penny. So I had invested a significant amount prior to that. And that's why it's a big deal, because even going to a penny was a lot of money. That was considered a lot of money. When it went and shot right past a penny and just kept going and went straight to almost a dime, it was what is happening right now? I was in shock, complete shock for 3 or 4 days. And so now we're at a point where there was a lot of people that were oh, yeah, they doubted it. There was haters. There's a lot of people that said very similar things to what was said about Bitcoin, in 2015. And so I'm definitely going to make a video about that. If you do the comparisons, what is this going to be? So if you feel like you're late to the Dogecoin party, I would say that there's still time, because it hasn't reached $1. And even then, when it hits $1, there's still room to make some money, because I believe at this point that it will go way, way higher than $1. What does that entail? Well, you have to look at the market cap, and there's much better analysis as to what the projection could be. But if I were to live in a magical fantasy world where something 15,000% increase on Doge could happen, which, by the way, that's exactly what happened, where a 15,000% increase from less than a penny all of a sudden shoots it up to 60 cents, or rather 69 cents, and we'll get to exactly why it was that number in a second. Or no, excuse me, that one I think it was 42 cents, but still, that's a huge number, from less than a penny to 42 cents, and we'll get there. Why? Why is that such a big deal? Because if it does that again, we're talking about double digits. We're talking about something in the realm of 60 something dollars from this point. That's insane growth And that's not that difficult to imagine when you think about how it's the fourth largest coin and Ethereum's worth, 3,000 plus. XRP, how much Litecoin's worth? $348, I think. And Bitcoin's worth $50,000. Is it going to go to $50,000? I wish, but I highly doubt it. So that being said, I got to look at some of the other details and say to myself, all right, just in the short term, what can you do? Well, for one, you can go ahead and get it on Doge now, and don't be too worried about it. And two, the other thing that you can do is look into what's going to be the new coin that's going to be Dogecoin, a few years from now, or what coin today is Dogecoin in 2015 or Dogecoin in 2018. And so there are a lot of indicators, and I'll get into that probably in another video, but specifically just to touch on it lightly, a couple of the ones that I'm looking at are SafeMoon. Even though it's relatively new, but it has lots of growth. It's got a name recognition. It's got really good branding. The methodology for the tokenomics, meaning how they intend to keep the token and encourage people to hold rather than sell. It's very good, and there's a lot of stability there. And the brand recognition, there's a lot to do with branding and how something sounds and how something catches. It's catchy, and so SafeMoon's one of them. SHIB has done over 500%. Like, nobody's talking about the Shiba Inu coin. It's big, and nobody's talking about it, and yet a lot of people are making a lot of money off Shiba Inu. But be very careful, because it's probably a pump and dump, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You just got to know when to get in and when to get out. And I'll post some links to videos on how to read, the charts and how to understand some of this stuff. It's not that difficult. I call it the Hitch method: 90 and 10, 90% science, 10% just gut instinct. You got to feel it. And so I think that's part of what was Doge too. I felt it. It's just something that it's funny. It's a dog coin. I'm like, yes, the Shiba. I want to get a Shiba Inu. Like, that's great. Like, absolutely fantastic. That's one of the things that drew me to it. The fact that it's a joke. If anybody knows me, knows that I love jokes. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a stand-up comic. Like, it's funny to me. Being a person that's dressed up as the Joker, I don't know how many times for Halloween. It's funny to me that a joke coin is now legitimate money. And it's funny to me that I happen to get in on it. Like, wow. Anyway, I'm really excited, but I want to talk about the quote-unquote crash. All right, so Elon Musk goes on to SNL, and within the first 5 minutes in his monologue, he tells his mother that as a Mother's Day gift, he's buying her something, and she goes, "I hope it's not Dogecoin." And he goes, "It is." So he didn't say it, she did, but it was still said within the first 5 minutes. So immediately as that happens, people expect this to go up. It starts crashing. People are panicking. Everyone in the Doge community is watching this and freaking out. And well, actually everybody, but a lot of people were like, "What's happening?" We've seen this before. Doge Day, 420, right? Everybody was saying about Doge Day. Prior to Doge Day, Doge was skyrocketing all the way up till Doge Day, and then about just after midnight, it hits 42 cents and then starts crashing. So I'm going to tell you what's significant about that. First off, it's significant because it hit 42 cents, which is the high, and it was the goal for 420. But it hit it early in the morning and then just came down. Why? I kind of believe that the whales and some of the holders wanted it to hit that number anyway, because it's funny. So if you don't get it, you don't get it. That's the joke. The joke is that it's meme numbers. It's all about just doing the unexpected. It's all about, it's manipulating the market in a way that can't be done with the regular stock market. And I honestly believe that GameStop was just a test for exactly this, for people to start actually, sticking it to some of these Wall Street people who don't understand, what the actual communities online, what they're about, and what people are trying to do. It's not as simple as just predicting some numbers. Like, there's a growth here. It's part of a culture. It's more than just a currency. It's a community. And so Doge actually stands for do only good every day. This is a positive community, and a lot of the people that have gotten in are starting to realize how positive this community is, and that's the thing that's great. So the number one rule of Doge is you don't sell Doge, you hold. And you can do day trades, and that might work out for you, but Doge has gotten me, it's been more beneficial to me because I've held, and because the people that are also holding respect more the people who are doing that, and you can see it. It's there, and it's a lot of support. And so I highly encourage you that if you've gotten into Dogecoin, hold, and if you haven't, get into it before it's too late, before you miss out on that train. This isn't a FOMO thing. This isn't some sort of panic induction. I highly believe in this community. I really think that a lot of people can do good things for themselves and do good things for other people. It's not about making money. It's about getting a resource and having a tool and what you can do with that, what good you can do with it. If you wake up and you find that your account is more money than you put in, and you put in $1,000 and you ended up waking up the next morning to $1 million, then do something with that. You have to earn that. Make it worth somebody's while. Make it worth your while. Make it worth your family's while. Your friends. Do something with it. Do something positive with it. Give back. And that will come, and it will come back to you. It'll just keep going. When you have money, money is attracted to you, and all these positive things, it'll just keep boosting it. It's basic science, man, physics. Positive energy in, positive energy out. So that being said, I'm starting to ramble a little bit, but I'm just excited about this. The point is, it dipped again. It dipped, and then right after that, boom, all-time high. So the reality is, this is absolutely normal. One, because a lot of people who do the trades like that, who do the pump and dumps or the dips, you buy the dip. When it goes down is when you buy. When it goes high, some people choose to sell. In this community, we opt for the most part not to do that. But there are people that do it because they want to benefit. But the reality is, some of the bigger whales, and this is something I'm going to talk about in another video, some of the bigger whales, what benefit is it to them to actually pull out? So it's some of the middle whales that are doing that, like the big whales, they're not going to do that. What benefit is it to them? Make a couple of $1 million? These people already are multimillionaires, if not billionaires. So what incentive do they have for that? They have a goal, and I'll talk about more what I think that goal is and why that goal is more important to the community as a whole, because wherever that goal goes, we're all going with. And that's the thing. If you're part of the community, you're going to be there with us, and it's all going to shoot forward. So that being said, stay the course. HODLGang HODLers, all day. It's not a big deal. It's going down. That just means buy some more. I'm telling you, it's going to go up. Every time it goes down, it's all-time high. The other thing is, what number was it hitting last night? Was it 70, 69 a couple times? That's a meme number. There's a reason that these numbers hit, and then all of a sudden it crashes. And then when these panic sellers get out, or the haters come, this is a troll. It's a massive troll for all the haters. And anybody who sold last night or is selling today or is panicking right now, you will be very upset next week. I've seen it, like I said, since 2018, I've seen it over and over and over again. And for the most part, I've tried to keep it chill. I post memes and I talk about it a little bit, but I haven't full on done videos. And I've flirted with the idea for a long time. And now I just said, I got to really put it out there for a lot of folks. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but you know what? Do what works for you. And so far, Doge has been working for me. So I'm going to do only good every day. So do what you got to do. Don't risk what you can't afford to risk, and play safe and have some fun, because that's what this is, man. A lot of people don't get it. It's fun. It's been fun. It's been a hell of a ride, and I'm all in. So to the Dogefather, thank you for that, because that episode was fantastic. I think seeing Elon Musk as Wario was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And I'm really proud that he took the courage to put out that he has Asperger's on there. That was a really brave moment, and I don't think a lot of people really caught that. Wow, so I think that was really, really cool that he did that. And for anybody out there, trying to, looking at this from a negative point of view, hey, that's on you, man. Slim Jim's on it, Snickers is on it, Budweiser's on the Doge. It's a thing. It's a cultural phenomenon. At this point, it is part of the zeitgeist. It is what it is. And so, move over to Bitcoin, because Doge is the crypto now. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And again, I'm going to be putting out a lot of more content of this type. I will probably also be wearing these glasses several times and this outfit, because it's hilarious, and because I don't know, I couldn't think of any other excuse as to why I'm dressing. You know what? I'm going to blame it on the fact that I've been going to Universal Studios a lot and spending too much time at Marvel Island. Yeah, I could have said Disney World, but I have annual passes to Universal right now, so it's a Universal year. Next year I'll do Disney, but it's a Universal year. But anyway, I'll probably post some videos from there, and if you have any questions on stuff, DM me, hit me up directly, put it in the comment section, because I'm going to post this video on YouTube, I'm going to post it on Instagram, and you know what, I'm probably going to just get a TikTok account and just start doing that too, because I might as well, because this is the new thing. This is something that can do a lot of good. Do only good every day. Seriously, I'm rambling now. So, bye!